This is not just a cooler, and I'm going to tell you all about it in this episode of Travels with Delaney. Welcome back, everyone. My name's Patrick, and if this is your first time here at Travels with Delaney, welcome. We're your channel all about RVing and living life to the fullest, and as you can see behind me, we are doing just that. We're spending the week here in beautiful Gulf Shores, Alabama. It's about 70 degrees outside, clear blue skies, and a nice Gulf breeze. And I found a product a couple weeks ago when I was online, and I thought, what's so special about that cooler? And I started looking into it, and what I found was the Icy Breeze cooler. Now, this is a product that's made right here in America, and the company was actually featured on Shark Tank a few years ago. But it's not just a cooler. Now, if you want it to be just a cooler, you can. It's about 18 pounds without ice in it. If you put 30 pounds in, obviously that's going to take you up to about 48 pounds. But it's so much more than a general cooler. But like I said, it looks like it. You look at the outside, this looks like your typical cooler that you would buy at a retail box store. It has really nice wheels on it. It's got a handle so I can haul it around. But it's much more than just a cooler because, number one, I know you're probably thinking, hey, Patrick, that's not one of those fancy rotomold coolers that everybody raves about. Well, it's not on the outside, but on the inside, it's actually better, and here's why. They're using the same insulation that you would find in those high-end coolers, but they're just using more of it. The reason they're using this style of plastic on the outside is to keep the weight down for you, because this is definitely the kind of cooler you're going to want to keep mobile. And what makes this so unique is the fact that it is a cooler, but it also doubles as an air conditioner. Now, before you head to the comment section to tell me that's not an air conditioner and there's no way you're going to cool your Lance 1985 23-foot travel trailer with it, I'll just admit right up front, we're not going to cool our 23-foot travel trailer with it. But what we are going to use it for is when we're boondocking somewhere and it's hot out in the afternoon and we're not allowed to run our generator, or maybe we just don't want to. This is going to help us keep cool inside our trailer, because we're going to open up the windows on a day like today where there's a nice breeze, and then we're going to fire this up to get that nice cool air. Think of it like the vent on your car. When you're going down the road, you point that vent right towards your face and you get that nice cold air. That's how the Icy Breeze works. So let's get right into it and how this thing does actually function. Now, I will add, besides having the wheels and the handle like a traditional cooler, we also have the two cup holders right on top. Now, they make a couple versions of this, and I will put the link to their website down below so you can check out both versions of this. We opted for the Platinum version, which just has a few extra features on it, and so that was our choice, but you can check that out. I should state right up front, this is not a sponsored or paid video. We paid full price for this cooler, and so this is literally just me sharing it with you and giving you an honest review on the product so far that we've had it. Now, you're going to ask the question, Patrick, how are you going to power that thing? Because you can't have cold air being produced without some type of power source. And one of the things I love what Icy Breeze does is, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to pick out your cooler, and they're going to let you customize it with colors. So I opted for this beautiful tropical blue color for the base, and I opted for the gray top. But maybe you'd prefer to have the tan base and the black top, and you have some color options there, and so you can kind of pick that out. Then you need to choose a power source. And as opposed to sending you all these different power options that you don't need and you paying for them, they're going to let you choose what power options you want to pay for. So let's go through those three options. Number one, I could buy a lithium battery that they sell, and they actually sell two of these lithium batteries. They have a 6 amp hour, and they also sell a 10 amp hour. Now, no, you can't use your DeWalt drill battery. It's not quite the same. I know it looks the same, but it's not. But these batteries are really nice, and what I like is right on the front of them, there is a little button you push, and it's going to let you know roughly how much energy you have left in your battery. Now, we opted for the 6 amp hour. Obviously, if you go with the 10 amp hour, you're going to get more runtime. Also, how you use it will determine how many hours you can get out of this. I believe the 6 amp hour, we're going to get somewhere between maybe 2 and 4 hours, depending on whether we're running the fan on low, medium, or high. So this is one option. When you do pick out a battery, they are going to go ahead and give you a battery charger. Obviously, you're going to need a way to charge this. And so this is the battery charger that came with our unit. You just plug it into a 110 outlet, insert your battery here, and charge it up. And there are indicator lights to let you know when it's done. As far as using the battery, there is a place right on top of the cooler. It just slides in. locks into place, and we would have power. So that's one option. The other option, or second option that you can do, would be to run it off of a 12 volt. And so this is the cable that we purchased. It just plugs in right to the cooler. This is primarily how we're going to use it, because again, we're going to be using it in the trailer or right outside our trailer to provide some cold air for us when we're warm. And I can plug this right into that 12 volt outlet that you typically do find on RVs. So that's a nice option. And then also you could do the 110 if you were just plugging it in someplace where you had electricity. Now, one of the things that I did opt for was they do have an option of getting the 12 volt cable with a charger for your battery for just a little bit more money. And I opted for that because I think it's well worth it, so that if I am using the battery and I don't have 110, now I have a way to charge my lithium battery off of 12 volt power. So just something I want to mention. And they have a whole array of accessories that you can order with your Icy Breeze so that you can kind of customize it. So as we look at the top then, we have a control panel. There's an on-off switch, which is going to turn it on. There is 3 fan speed options on ours, low, medium, and high. But what I like about this Platinum Edition is it has an extreme cool button. And I'm not sure exactly how it works, but every time I push it, the air gets much colder, and I really like that feature. And we also have a USB port on top, which is kind of nice because if my cell phone battery is running low, I can always plug in and borrow a little power from the lithium battery. So, how does it work? Well, when you open up your cooler, you're going to see this box right here at the top. My understanding is this is something Icy Breeze actually developed themselves. It's their technology. You're going to see 2 hoses. It works very much like an air conditioning unit, except it doesn't use freon. It's going to harness that cold water in your cooler with the ice. It's going to bring the water up, run it through a series of coils. There's going to be a fan to take that cold air and push it out to you, and then it's going to run that water back down, which at that point now is getting a little warmer. It's going to bring it back down in the ice, recool it, just like freon, just keeps running through, and it's going to cool it. Now you can put the full 30 pounds in here if you're only going to use it for a cooler. They also say you must put in at least 2 quarts of water to get started, because we need water to circulate. If you want to use it both as an air conditioner and as a cooler, then they recommend 20 pounds of ice, 2 quarts of water, and that'll leave you some room on the top so you can put those beverages or sandwiches, head on down to the beach, have your picnic, and stay cool at the same time. Now, if you want to use solid blocks of ice, obviously that's going to work a lot better because solid blocks of ice take a lot longer to melt. Or Icy Breeze sells these plastic containers that you put water into. You can freeze them, and I believe you can put 3 in here. And again, because they're solid masses of ice, they will last a lot longer than just bagged ice. So it really, you have some options. Now, we didn't choose to order those ice blocks, even though I love the idea of filling them up and freezing them. We just don't have the freezer space in our RV to carry them with us. But if we were only going to use it at home, I think that would be an excellent idea for you, is to order a couple of those and fill them up, freeze them, and use those. Plus, it'd be a lot cheaper than always buying bag ice. All right, so I have already put in 20 pounds of ice into the cooler today. I can literally feel it coming off. It's getting good and cold in here. I've also added a little over 2 quarts of water to the cooler, and so I say we go ahead and fire this up because I want to show you how it works. So I've went ahead for this demonstration. I put my lithium battery in, so we're going to have power. Now you'll see here on the end there is a vent. This is where your air is going to come out, just like a car vent. I'm going to be able to go ahead, open it up. I can spin it so that I can direct it. It gives me lots of options. So all I have to do is I have to power it up by pushing the on-off switch. I've got it set to low to start with. And hopefully you can hear that. It's pretty darn quiet. I mean, I can have conversations no problem with this fan blowing. And I'm feeling cold air coming out. Now, I'm going to put my hand about where I feel the pressure of the breeze. And let's turn this so you can get a good angle. Right about there on low. Let's go ahead and turn this up to medium. There we go. Now I'm feeling the pressure of the breeze a little bit farther out. Probably, actually right about there. Definitely. And then let's go 1 step higher to high on our fan. Oh wow, I'm still feeling that pressure, that light pressure of the breeze way out here. So it's just pushing it out a lot further. So now we've got it right there. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hit the extreme cold. And I don't know how the extreme cold works, but I know it works because, man, I'm already feeling it get much colder using that extreme cold. So what I want to do at this point is we're going to go ahead and I'm going to use this temperature gun that will kind of give us an idea what the air is coming out at. So let's take it. I'm going to aim it right down. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. Get it in there. 48, 44, 42, 39. It's still going down. 37, 36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 30, 32. Looks like we're down around 31, 32 coming out of there. My 13,500 BTU AC on our travel trailer doesn't even come out that cold. So this is some seriously cold air that is being produced. Now, if this is not enough for you in terms of coming out of this little port, or maybe it's down on the floor with our dinette. I'm going to go ahead and turn this down a little bit. And I want to direct it up to, because our dinette in our RV is kind of raised up. Watch this. I can pull this flexible hose out of the vent and I can direct it right towards me. So I can literally cool myself off using this direct vent. They do sell a kit where it will actually go right over this. It splits it out and then you can buy additional hoses so that way two people. For instance, on their website they show golfers attaching this to the back of their golf cart, putting the brake off in there or the splitter, and that way the driver and the passenger on the golf court, when you're out playing 18 holes and it's super hot out, you can cool yourself off. There are so many uses for this. The way we're using it may not be the way you're going to use it. Maybe your kids play soccer and you've got matches in the heat of the summer. Take this out. You can cool yourself off while you're watching the match. Or better yet, maybe the kids are super hot. You could have these on the sideline so players could come in, get some cool air, help cool them off. Our friends Russ and Carrie from the Roads of Rome met up with us for this week here in Gulf Shores, Alabama. And yesterday we wanted to go out, and their dog Jack, he doesn't like the noise of the overhead AC unit in their teardrop trailer, and I can't really blame him. I always prefer an AC that's stuck because they're much quieter. So anyway, I said, you ought to try out our Icy Breeze and see how Jack reacts. So we set up the Icy Breeze in their little guy Max. Jack didn't freak out. In fact, Jack walked right up to it. He liked feeling the cold air, and so I said, let's try it out. So we went for a walk. We were gone maybe about an hour. We came back. Jack and Abby and Billy were completely happy. It was nice and cool, and unbelievably, in their little guy Max, which is a small teardrop trailer, it was actually cold in there. This thing was producing, for that small trailer, it was actually producing enough to chill the trailer down. Now, understand, it wasn't 95 degrees out here yesterday. It was about 60, 68 or 70. But the nice thing for them is now they can have this running in there and Jack won't freak out. So needless to say, because they travel full time and it's hard for them to get shipments, that's right, I sold my Icy Breeze to Russ and Carrie, and when they leave here, they're going to take it with them. And then that means when I get home, I have to order another Icy Breeze for me. So it's a pretty cool unit, and it seems to be working. And there's so many possibilities for how you might use this. I'm going to go ahead and shut it off. And then all I would have to do is, once my battery's done, I can recharge my battery and use it that way. So this is a product I'm sure you might be thinking, you've got to be kidding me. A cooler that you claim will do air conditioning. And honestly, I was somewhat skeptical when I ordered it too. But I read all the reviews online, and the reviews were amazing. Everything from how well the unit worked to the amazing customer service that Icy Breeze actually provides to their customers. And I love the fact that, you know, it's an American product, it's an American company, and you know, if you watch our channel, I love products like that. So it's going to work out perfect for us. It's going to do what we want. No, we won't use it a lot, but when we need it, it is going to come in so valuable. And when we don't need it as an air conditioner, we're just going to have a cooler in the back of the truck as we travel, which will give us place to take more beverages on our vacations, or, you know, any kind of frozen foods, things like that. So if you're interested in learning more about the Icy Breeze, I am going to link down below in the description for this video the link to their website so you can check them out. And again, we are not sponsored. I paid full price, so I have no link for you or anything like that, other than I just wanted to share this information with you, because I got to tell you, we are so excited about the possibilities for this. And we think maybe it might be right for you. So let me know. Do you own one of these? Do you know somebody? Do they like it? Tell me down in the comments on this YouTube video. And if you don't, let me know what you think about it. And it's okay if you're skeptical. If we meet on down the road sometime, I'll test it out, and then I think you'll be a believer too. So until next time, everybody, we will see you on down the road. Good night.